What's going on, guys? Gotta turn the camera on here. Wait, can you, Okay, cool. I was just saying how loud that music was. It sounds like it's not too loud. So that's pretty good, I would say. I'm gonna turn up my ears, though. We're gonna check out some brushes. So this is a DaVinci Micro Maestro. So if you want to check these out, you can see the sizing here. And then Series 35. I can already tell, though, I don't think I'm going to like the 35. Pretty sure it's too long for me, man. So if you're trying to see how small these are, check it out right here. The smallest being a 20-0. So I'll zoom in even more. So this is how they came brand new. This one's kind of messed up. Okay, that's all right. Let's look at the 20-0. Let's see. I mean, I don't ever see how or why this would ever be used. Oh my god, this is the longest cap. This plastic cap goes all the way down the body of this thing. Jeez. Let me see if I can cut it off. Jesus, I've never seen that before. Hold on, let me zoom out. They've got this thing wrapped in plastic, guys. Look at this. There we go, cut it off. All right, look at this brush. Wowee. Ooh. See, the problem with this brush is it's probably going to get used, or not used, it's going to get ruined in like one use. So, I mean, maybe, at least the way that I paint. But yeah, this thing is tiny. Tiny, man. So, anyway, but this is the Micro Series. Actually, too, the length is short as well, which is pretty nice. Let me see it compared. So you can see it compared to the length of a regular brush. So, I mean, it's cool. It feels really good in the hand as well, the size of it. But compared to like a regular DaVinci, as we do pen tricks with the brush. But, so anyway, this one is a DaVinci, I believe, size 2. Oh, sorry, that's a, no, size 00. That's actually kind of crazy. So, size 00 of the Series 35, which is longer. You can see it has a very long leading hair in the center, so we'll check that real quick. For those of you watching on YouTube right now, this is all awesome, awesome HD. Yeah, so you can see that leading hair in the middle. Look at that. Let's break off the dust. All these brand new brushes are covered in really thin Elmer's glue. So, looks like that leading hair really was just a visual trick. So we'll get it wet. This is a old trick with brushes. So you can see it's loaded full of water, and then I'm gonna tap it like this. So if you watch on the face cam, tap, tap. And now it should be perfect if it is a good brush. And it's pretty much perfect. So there's that one. I mean, it looks good. I just think it's a little bit too long. I don't know. I feel like this is a little bit too long. But so let's, I'm gonna load up the 20-0 so you guys can see it loaded with water. So here's the 20-0 just full of water. I mean, that's literally like this brush is so small that it can't even hold water. And then I'm just gonna flick it. And now it should have a perfect point, which it does. That looks pretty good. This one's just so small, you know? I don't know. But anyway, Should we paint? Do you guys want to paint? I don't know. Is that what we do here? Hold on, let me move all these brushes now that they're out here. So, wait a minute, guys. Why? Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute, y'all. Something has been spotted. What is up with this? This is the same series. Why are they shorter? What's going on with that? Look. Why is there this much of a length difference? Anyway. Weird. Anyway. Yoink! So, I worked on this girl at Reaper HQ over the weekend. Had some fun with it. So we're gonna keep working on her tonight. Do let me know if anything looks weird. I feel like my lighting is wrong here on the screen, but I'm not sure. That looks terrible. Where's my Yo, hold on. This is hilarious. Hold on. This is wild. Let me see how can I choose a different... Yeah, actually, here we go. I'm gonna use this all the time. Wait, that's way too strong. Or is it? That's way too strong. Oh, that's like insanely bad. Let's never do that one again. So that's it? Those are my options? Too bad there's no just like regular black and white that I can flip to. Let's see. I'm gonna leave this one on and we'll do funny voices. Oh, I'm a dog, look. Oh, you see I discovered something. I'm sorry guys, I've had too much coffee today. Alright, well that's fine. We'll just rock out with these colors. I think it'll be okay. Alright, so I was working on her at Reaper HQ over the weekend. As you can tell, I got quite a bit of work done compared to where we were at last time. So we'll just keep cranking away today. I did get some cool naked colors. So these are just Reaper colors that don't have any labeling or anything on them. And I've been using them on her, so. Let's actually, I'm trying to figure out what section we should mess with. As you can tell, she's changed a lot since the last time you saw her. You know what, let's mess with the chest. I feel like that's probably a good idea. So, we're gonna work our way. How do I want to do this? I want to do it like this. No, I don't. I want to do it like this. All right, so we're going to go Sticks Purple. We're going to use one of the new small brushes. All right. Should we use the 20-0? I don't think we should. That would just be silly. So instead, let's use a bigger one. Is this the 10? That's the 15. How's it look? Okay, this one isn't too bad. We'll try out the 15. We'll see how that feels. All right, so I'm gonna be using purple for this, but the idea here is that we are gonna be making it look like the light is coming through the cracks. So actually, hold on. I'm thinking about this in reverse. So please excuse me. I actually need like pretty much white. Whatever this off-white color is, it's already clogged. It's all right. Feel free to share this out if you would like. Wow, this small brush is just really not even like, okay, we'll see. We'll see how it's acting, I guess. I don't know, I feel like it's acting weird. All right. So, update. It's skinny enough to fill the crack without me doing anything, so that's really dope. Look at that. It's literally the perfect width to fill this in. So the idea is that we have treasure shining through the middle of the chest, or just the rickety construction of this treasure chest, right? So effectively pull off this effect, what we're going to want to do here is make super, super, super bright light coming from the cracks. And then we're going to sculpt the shadow down into it, and then affect the OSL appropriately so elsewhere. But I did get some of that white in there, I didn't mean to. There we go. So, I mean, nothing too crazy. This is just a little bit of brush control action. Nothing too wild. Now then, we may also decide to go like literally around the edges and around all the other parts as well. I think I may end up needing to, so I don't know, we'll see. It just depends on like how believable the effect is. But I want to do it all at the same time, so we're just gonna have to kind of judge it based upon, you know, whatever we're looking at. Do let me know if the volume's good and everything tonight, if you are watching. If you are watching, thanks for hanging out. Hope you had a good weekend and everything. Let's see, I am gonna go right up into the edge here. Now there's nothing sculpted here, but we're going to imply that this is a loose board. Luckily we're using a super thin brush, so I can just sort of push the paint into that direction. I guess I have to do the same thing on the other side, so that's fine. But you get what's going on. We'll go back over it so that that's like super bright yellow. You know what? I think I need to get some green stuff going. But we'll see. Yeah, I think I need to get some green stuff to fill in those areas, but I think it should be okay. Alright, so I don't even know if I have a yellow that I would want to use for this. Oh yeah, right here. We'll use this cab yellow. It's like super, super, super bright. And I think I'm actually going to use some of this Warcolor neon, because it's going to read as very, very yellow if I mix it with the other. Alright, so I'm going to use a bit bigger brush. Let's try out this 35. I think it's just too long, man, to be honest with you. I just think it's, I don't know. I mean, so, yeah, I feel like I want to put my hand there. I don't know, we'll see. So, I've mixed in the neon green and that yellow to just make a very, 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 very bright color. And we're just going to place that along the edges so that the center looks like it's shining the most. So like this. I mean, this is really easy to do. We'll see if the camera actually picks up on it. It's going to be very subtle at first, and then I'll deepen it out. The camera kind of gets it. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like it picks it up a little bit. I could also just literally move these just a smidge as well, but it's working. But just so as you always see me do typically, glazing on top of a highlight. To get super pigmented, bright results is always a good call. All right, so now what I want to do before we do anything else, I still think I should do the green stuff, but I'll do that off camera. Because that's not very visually intriguing. So, what is going on here? Hold on. Oh, okay. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm going to go through the middle of every little section here so that we can build the OSL around it. So a little bit tedious, but definitely worth the effort in the end. I mean, I feel like everything I do nowadays is tedious, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So what I'm thinking as well is that we'll be able to do like an actual base color on this and glaze it over. So like if it's the wood or the metal or whatever, and glaze it over where we have placed the purple, then build the OSL back up on top to actually sort of bake it in. I'm thinking at least. I mean, it should work in principle. So, anywho, do feel free to share the video out if you would so please. I haven't thrown it anywhere, so that'd be nice. So then this edge, I really feel like wouldn't be our golden color. So we'll go ahead and start masking that in. Yeah, I mean, so I'm using a 35, Series 35 right now. I think I'm good on it, honestly. It's, I feel like it's too long. Which is weird because this is the brush that Anne Forrester likes. Because she actually told me, because I was watching her live toolbox video or whatever, and she was saying how she likes the 35 because it has a, like, the longer brush is better for wetter paint, or I don't really remember exactly the full explanation, but the length is what's not doing it for me. I feel like I need a short length bristle, like, all the time. James, so the inside of the chest is what's giving the light off. So the trick for this is sculpting, like, going back in and sculpting our shadows, which is what I've been doing on her, right? Like, all of everything is sort of pushed in to the OSL, so it's kind of reverse idea. So it's all going to be coming through the cracks. So what I've done is I've done the brightest color and then now the shadow color. And then it's just a matter of bridging the gaps or adding different shadows or whatever the case may be. So obviously this side, since it's at an angle, is getting more. But so then, just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So like, let's say we want to show the slats here. So the spaces in between the glowing area would then become shadows that extend out, like so. And then any of these not raised areas, so like where all of her paw prints are, everything like that, this all would then become shadow. Because it's not, you know, it's a different height than where this light is emitting. So we're just going in, right, and like literally carving with the brush, so to speak, where all of our base shadow is going to end up being. So hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, you just literally sculpt it in, and then what we do is go back with the OSL color to then highlight as it's coming across. So, I mean, it's a, you know, it's a cool effect. I think it'll read well. Here in this section is really where it's going to be the most obvious. Because on the top right, it would be emitting up and out, so it would be doing a, it'd be doing a more generic glow. But down here, and then sort of on the sides here is where it's going to be much more obvious as to what you're looking at. So I'm pretty sure, at least. And it's just a matter of glazing. But on the this top section, it's not going to be as much because it's at an angle coming down. And then I'm just pretty much going to start bringing in more of this purple shadow all over. The other color that I used was like a deeper gray. I think it was the Cav gray. All right, so let me move this out of the way so I can actually see what I'm looking at. Yeah, so I think we're working already, which is good. All right, so I need a good brown. And I've got a lot of good browns here. Been using them all day. It's been a brown day out here. Nice and thin. And then this is all getting glazed on top, so we're just working in reverse, so to speak. We're not building our highlight up, we're building our color down. So I feel like this is still too dark, but we'll see what happens when it dries. But you guys see what's happening, right? I'm putting in the brown that would be the wood color on top of everything that we did before. So hopefully it bakes in everything underneath it. And really I'm just looking to tint everything because we'll go in and do edge work and all that other stuff. But we sort of have to trick our eye into thinking that there's more brown underneath than what we're really painting. But from where I'm looking, we're already getting a decent base here, so. This would be so much brighter, actually. But it's okay, we'll get that figured out here. Doing our side pieces of wood. So, and then we're gonna have to do silver or something for all the metal bits. So, gray. All right, so I just have a very nice sort of cool gray here. That'll go over all the metal parts. Now then, our edges are going to be much sharper on the metal. Obviously, because it's a metallic object. And then the highlights are obviously going to be much more dramatic as well, because it's metallic. This section's weird because it's where the, like, clamp is. Okay. What's up, Brian? How's it going, man? Did you give the black and white mini a stab yet? I feel like I need to make this whole idea more pronounced, so I think this works though, right? Spent a lot of money, dude. Tell me about it. Definitely was not prepared for how much I spent moving. That's for sure. Did you guys get notifications for this? Because, like, no one has been watching the entire time. I think Facebook is doing it's not notifying people, which is weird because I've been posting, like, every day. Maybe I've been posting too much. This is, like, post number 3 today. Actually, that's probably what it is. So, let's mess with the, Alright, let's see if I can, I'm not sure how to approach this, so we're just gonna have to play it by ear. I'm gonna use one of the 020, whatever. So, I'm going to try and be clever about this to help the effect out even more, but you got a YouTube notification? Yeah. Thanks, Facebook. Showing me all kinds of love. Am I missing a button? It's so hard to see. Oh, I am. I'm like, what can I see? I don't know if I like this brush. I can already see problems with it. Because it's so fine that it's bunching up. What a shame, what a shame. Oh, I also don't like this treasure chest. It's not really working. So we're gonna go all the way around. Oof, yeah, this brush is like drying immediately. I think it's because it's so small. What a shame. I had hoped these brushes would be nice, but good thing I didn't buy them. Because yeah, these definitely don't do what I want. Oh well. Gosh, this brush, what is going on with... Okay. Wouldn't have known otherwise. Yeah, jeez, man. Do not like that brush. Oof. That's a big yikes. Don't buy those. Well, don't buy Da Vinci in general anymore, but that's a story for a different time, different place. It's alright, we'll glaze over all this and then start skinnying it down. If the treasure chest was sculpted better, it'd be a little bit easier to pull this off too. But I think it'll be okay once we do our due diligence on the reflections. So I believe anyway. Then this side. All right, so we'll zoom all the way out so you can see the vibe here. So we put all the reflections in like on blast, right, on the metal. And so now we're just gonna tone it all down. So first I'm gonna use our gray. Just sort of in the center like this. Oops, sorry. Just sort of in the middle of everything to thin it out. Then what we're gonna do is tint some of the highlights yellow. Here we go, that's a lot better. Made it much finer along the edges, like so. If I can get the big one done in time, that'll be the only one I can enter. And I would need to start, I mean, it's gonna be... The deadline's Friday, and that's pretty much when I'm gonna have everything done. So, it's going to be a race in the worst possible way. So. But yeah, this move, I mean, it is what it is. The move made everything super difficult, so. Oh well. Super, super difficult. Okay, cool. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna mix some brown here with some orange that I have on the palette. I'm gonna put this on some of the wood, but only on the back edges like this. What's funny is the white balance on the camera is like super struggling to even keep up with this, but it's okay. All right, so now I'm gonna get more of this yellow. Everything else on this miniature is super easy, so really the main focus here is just trying to get this lighting effect to look cool. Oops. So I'm just sort of picking like the corners and different parts here to change from a white highlight to a yellow highlight to make it look like it's reflecting the golden light that's emanating from this dude. Just glazing over it. And then that way we just go back over it as well, one more time. With white, whatever color we want, and it should look pretty good. Pretty good. At least you would hope. Let's see, let's increase our light here. But, I mean, I think this looks like light that's emanating from slats in the wood, right? That's what it would look like? I'm looking for moral support here, guys. I'm like Jeb Bush when he was running for president, and he was like, please clap. Please clap. I'm Jeb. Clap, please. I may even blow it out to be much more obvious, and we'll just tone it down. That's also probably a smarter strategy here. Same thing that we're doing with the dark colors, we should obviously do with the bright colors. Duh. For a miniature that I wasn't really expecting to do anything with at all, I'm pretty pleased. I think I think this is definitely a sort of fun take on the possibility of this sculpt, so. Especially from a viewing distance, right? Like, if you're going through the convention hall. Can I crank this down? There we go. So yeah, let's say you're just moving through the convention hall. That definitely looks like, oh, what's glowing right there, huh? It's a treasure chest. course, this is sculpted really, really crappy by myself. So I'm doing my best here to try and make it not look like trash, but you know, I'm not a good sculptor. So this is like as good as my sculpting could ever get is what you're looking at. So pretty much terrible. But I think it's believable for what we're doing here. So you can see I'm just highlighting out different sections to help sort of the movement. So I'm trying to make the brushstrokes go in that direction. So what I need to do here a little something like that. Continue it out. So we will need to adjust the close to like a cutoff point of about right there for the OSL. Not too hard. Yeah, Facebook's brutal tonight. It's crazy too. Like we just got done doing a promotion through them and like all this stuff, and it's like the second you get billed, they're like, yeah, no more streams. Like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. Guess I gotta pay you more money. So now what I'm gonna do is go back in. I'm gonna make a much warmer brown this time. And we're just gonna keep working on the interior sections of the wood with shadow. This thing is moving around on me. Let's see. Dang it. Messed up there. Jacob asked, what's up, Jacob? I haven't seen your name before. Does airbrush priming apply a smoother texture than camera? Yep, 100%, duder. Yeah, so what's happening with that? Easiest way to explain, when you have any kind of aerosol or anything that's spraying, it atomizes, so it makes it all into little particles, right? And the particles go, oh my god, towards whatever you're spraying. If it's humid, really humid or sometimes really cold, what happens is either the particles, there's too much moisture, so they start to cling together really, really quickly before it hits whatever you're spraying. And if it's too cold, they actually will like freeze and stick together as they're headed to whatever you're spraying. And that gives you like a sandy, bumpy, rough texture. If you're having those issues where you live, I suggest you buy whatever color you like of Badger Stynol Res. You can apply it with a brush, and it dries. It constricts as it dries, and it won't leave any brush strokes. I prime things by hand all the time doing that. But if you would rather just get a cheap airbrush, if all you're going to be doing is priming and whatever, priming and varnishing with it, then yeah, you can buy a like all-in-one airbrush compressor that's super cheap as well, and do everything that you would need with that. So But yeah, to answer your question, yes. Airbrush gives you a perfect texture every time. All the time, every time. It is super good. So, I'm actually going to get some blackout. This one we're breaking all the rules, but since we had to go so dark on the face, we may as well actually use black. Which typically is not, I don't use black at all when I paint, but we're going to do it tonight. Breaking all the rules, but I want to really blow out the contrast, so we're going to have to do it. We're breaking all the rules on this one. Well, we're not really. We're breaking my rules. We're painting more traditional on this one. It's funny that I'm like, oh, we got to break the rules. No, it's pretty standard. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going around the edges where it would still be in shadow because the elevation's different. No problem, Jacob. I know it can be very, very frustrating as well. If you're like it can be discouraging to even paint, right? Because you feel like you feel like you don't have any control. You know what I mean? And that always really, really bothers me as well. So hopefully you can try something a bit different and get good results. That would always be best. So now that we've gone much darker, I feel like this is going to be working better too. And remember, at the very end, I'm literally going to tint everything with a like golden ochre with the airbrush, so it's going to blow everything out of the water. It's going to look crazy. So, I could even do a Naridol if I wanted to. I don't know. We won't go too crazy, but I always forget. I'm always like, oh, I don't know if I like this, or how can I make it darker, or whatever. But all you have to remember is, oh yeah, we'll just tint it at the very end. So now what I'm going to do right here is darken this and glaze like a, here we go. Because I wanted a different pop of color here, but I don't think we actually need a pop of color at all. I'm just going to brown it out. There we go, like so. I do want it to be lighter, I feel like it should be. But so let me redo our focus here from a little bit further away. What? What was he doing?
Oh, you just want to come in?
Oh, was that door shut?
Yeah. Well, he was outside.
I forgot he was outside. Arthur, come here. Arthur, are you alive, buddy? Man, he is laid out. Well, Arthur was cooking outside for like an hour or long. Man, nah, like 45 minutes. He's okay. He's okay. Okay, so now that we've increased the contrast a ton, I'm thinking we're getting there. I think the effect is going to work whenever we knock that finally back. It'll be fine. I mean, this is, like I said, we're just having fun with this piece. I'm just having fun. This isn't to win anything. This is just, because I already know, so here's the deal, right? I know what's going to happen with this category. Because everybody got one of these that went to ReaperCon last year. So, what that means for me is that the people that are going to be winning, most likely like gold or whatever, from Dark Sword directly, it's going to be like whole little dioramas, I'm sure, involving whatever. So, I highly doubt anything crazy. I just wanted something good to actually enter into it. And I think this is going to work relatively well. So, but that'll be it for tonight. I'm going to hop off. You'll see me when you see me, but I'm super crazy busy right now getting ready for ReaperCon and everything else. So that's it, though. And I know most of the work that you didn't see happen on this happened while I was at Reaper last week. But you get the vibes. You know what's going on here. Really glowy scene, really cool. But anyway, that'll be it, guys. I hope you have a good rest of your evening, and I'll talk to you later.